Hey there, have you ever thought, oh, I wish there was an app for that? Well, guess what? Now you can create it and you don't need to be a developer. You don't need to know how to code anything. All you need to do is to be able to describe the tool, the app, the software of your dreams. And guess what? You can create it. I'm going to show you how I did that with a light experiment. It took me about 15 minutes. What I'm going to do is share with you how you can create your own personal tool to wipe out any kind of friction you have, maybe in your day-to-day operations. Maybe there's some stuff that you're doing at work or in your business that is annoying, that is maybe repetitive or involves a bit of cutting and pasting between different tools. If you're using Alt-Tab and you're going between different pieces of software, I wanted to share something that I created with you. This thing called vibe coding. What vibe coding is the ability to talk your idea out, to share an idea, a concept, and in the back end, AI will code that for you. It will develop the tool for you. There's probably two ways that you can go around this. The first is I suggest just paying attention to what you're doing every day and just noticing when something is annoying, there's friction, you'd love to outsource it. And in this case, you're going to outsource it to AI. The second use case might be, and this example is what I started with, if you've used a tool like Claude or maybe even Gemini or ChatGPT, and it's built up some memory on you and it knows you pretty well, you can just ask it. So that's what I did today. I said, hey, knowing what you know about me, what apps, tools, or games should I vibe code that might help me in my business? Really basic prompt. It was like a 5-second throwaway line. Like I said, I'm just experimenting. I lock in this time to run experiments, to test some things out. And it came up with a lot of different ideas. One thing I liked, and what I'm going to show you is a bit pre-baked. It came up with an idea of Leanne's media house stack. So what this is, I'm going to read it. It's a personalized high output content system to turn my everyday thinking into assets that drive visibility, credibility, and inbound opportunities as well. What it's done now is actually given me the prompt, as in described what this tool can actually do. This is built around your energy, fast, fun, off script, but outcome focused. This took maybe 3 minutes. Can you outline what that would look like? Anyway, I copied it. I went into this tool. If you want to do anything, create a tool, this is the format of AI Studio. You can ask it many different things. This is basically like a chat prompt that you're used to. The difference with AI Studio is on the left here, there's something called build, which you'll click. And I can write, I want you to build an app that stores all my dog photos from iCloud or something like that. Whatever you want, you can just describe it in a sentence. But like you saw before, I actually had a bit more context. And this is the value of starting with ChatGPT, is getting more of this context. And then I'm going to paste it into here. So what I did was I went on to build. This is what I clicked. I clicked run prompt. And this is what it created. It comes up with code. It's created my own Leanne's stack. I've gone through some iterations, and the beauty of this is if you want to make updates on what you see in front of you, all you do is ask it. So you basically prompt it, you're having a conversation like you would with any other AI tool, and it then does the code, it fixes it in the background. So let me walk you through this app that I created in 15 minutes. What I want it to do ideally is to link to my back catalog of podcast episodes that I've recorded this year. That's the magic of recording daily, is that, look, I've got a whole library of ideas, which is incredible. What this tool also allows me to do is capture ideas on the go. So today's idea could be, I tried Gemini AI for 15 minutes and was blown away. It's incredible what you can create in 2025. Limitless. Okay, it could just be something small like that. Maybe it is a story or maybe a lesson, reflective, and I'm going to keep it private, and I'm going to add that to my vault. Okay, perfect. The vault is where all my ideas sit, and I can add to that on the daily, and I can also sync to podcasts, and then it adds new episodes as we go. What do I do with that content? I've got all these daily podcasts. What am I doing with it? I can generate one-liners. Okay, so let's pull an example, the start of something daunting. All right, I might generate a hook. This was the first ever episode I did. It was like the pre-episode. It's when I decided to do a daily podcast. And here we go. Headline, teaser, punchline. There we go. So it's created some one-liners. They're not great, but if I really wanted to build it, add tone of voice in the back end, I could definitely do that. Okay, then it can create an idea and framework. So we'll pick the same one, the start of something daunting. Let's see what it pulls here. Journey to daily podcast approach and execution, professional daily broadcast, commitment to frequency, and then production and polish. Oh yeah, nice. So 2 by 2 there. Select an idea to monetize. Let's monetize the idea of starting something daunting. The daily nudge, your outside voice. Let's take this outside, your daily dose of unfiltered action. Are you finally ready to launch that daunting project, but perfectionism holds you back? Product ladder, free, the podcast, paid, my book, bespoke workshop and speaking services. That's pretty accurate. And by the way, this tool, I don't think I'm going to be using it all the time or relying on it. I just wanted to shoot this video to show you what it can create. I mean, this is July 2025. Give it another 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and the improvements will be out of sight. Okay, what it does now is I can click one of my episodes that I've recorded. This is why podcasts are really great. And it just generates a LinkedIn post for me, giving me option 1, option 2, option 3. Now, of course, these are AI, but it gives you something to either work with or generate. Pretty awesome. Okay, so that's one thing it's done. But I just had an idea. Wouldn't it be cool to, while it syncs my podcast, that's one form of content. What about my blog entries? Can I bring all of that over here? What I'm going to ask it to do is, can you also create a sync blog button like the sync podcast button that brings in all my blog posts? My RSS feed for my blog is this. Let's see what it does. So what an RSS feed is, basically a source of truth. For if you have got a blog, you've all got an RSS feed if you've set it up. It basically just looks like a lot of text. All right, so let's see what it can create, because that would be pretty amazing if it could pull in all my previous blog entries as well. And by the way, I've got these things here like one-liner generator. I can change all these. Like I could just say, pattern recognizer, what themes are emerging here. I could possibly even have a tab around market research. Hey, pull in the latest Google trends based on this audience and what they're talking about. All right, here we go. So it's created it. Now, sync blog. Import post directly from your blog feed directly in. Let's click it. Wow, it did it. Okay, so this is all these blog entries. Now, it hasn't got everything, but okay, it's like a genie. I'm giving it a wish. Okay, let's wrap this up. The point of sharing this is just to show you what is possible in about 15, 20 minutes. All you have to have is an idea of what bottleneck you want to fix. You can apply it to anything. This is a business context. You can apply it to health, relationships, anything you want, a holiday, and it will all come out here as well. What I haven't included here are probably you tapping into Google research and trends. I think that's really exciting. What I've got at the moment is stuff that I've created in the past, but I could project and be like, hey, I want you to actually analyze this audience or demographic group, and I want you to show me what's trending. And then that can provide inspiration for my daily podcast as an example too, or just to pay attention to what's actually happening in the market. If you're a paid subscriber, there'll be another video which shares actually how I'm setting things up in the back end of things like ChatGPT to make it super efficient and more contextual so it doesn't sound AI. All you got to do is you got to create your own app. Just log on to aistudio.google.com. Go to the build button. But while you're there, this is what I have the 30 minutes in my calendar to try these things out. Like just explore and see what is on offer already. It is absolutely mind-blowing. What a time to be alive. Thanks for watching. Thanks for reading the Work Fame Substack. Share this with someone if you found it useful, and I'll see you next week.